Okay, to Board Member President Adair, to Vice President Reyes, to the board members, Dr. Dixon, to Auditor Smith, and also to Treasurer Behort. Thank you for this opportunity for operation to share about Office of Food Service and the plan for feeding. Unfortunately, my role is just to go through the slides, so I'm going to turn it over to Joe Brown, Director Joe Brown, to be able to talk through the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you for giving me an opportunity to do that. And Mr. Woman's job is always more than just flipping through the side slot. So I'll avoid you. I'm just going to share with you kind of an overview of what we're doing and why we're doing some of those things. I've got a few pictures for you to show some of the good work that our staff is doing, and then some data on some of the numbers and how we've been doing thus far. So if you remember, we started out 3 weeks ago with 13 sites. Currently, we're feeding at 15 sites. We made some of those changes in general. We realized that they were right. So we add some additional sites to be able to help the underserved parts of town. We are providing breakfast and lunch. Through the USDA, we're allowed to, remember, food service is a federal program. So although there has been some relief from some of the guidelines, there are still a number of federal guidelines that we have to follow. We do provide both breakfast and lunch, and one of those reliefs is that you can take the next meal at a current meal, or you can take more than one meal at a time, I should say. So when people come for breakfast, we have lunch available to them if they don't want to come back in the afternoon. Vice versa, when they come at lunch, we have breakfast available for them if they don't want to. So, because people, I'm sure students are very busy with their schoolwork first thing in the morning, but by lunchtime they're ready to come and get lunch and they can take the next breakfast with them. Our service is decentralized. If you'll notice the schools, for those of you, and most of you I believe are familiar with our food service operation, we have two different types of service that we provide in our schools. Primarily our elementary buildings are heat and serve kitchens where there isn't the opportunity to do a lot of cooking or food preparation because there's not the equipment there. Our secondary schools are full service kitchens where we do have that opportunity. We're using those secondary kitchens, and the reason behind the decentralized service, it is by design. There's a number of school districts around the country, both big and small, that have had to both either discontinue their feeding program altogether or temporarily discontinue it because by providing centralized service, somebody in those locations has gotten ill, and because someone got ill, they had to shut down what they provide throughout the city. By being decentralized, if something happens at one of our 15 sites where someone gets ill, the other 15, or 14, I'm sorry, can continue to maintain service. Also, if something happens there and we had to shut down a school site, we could quickly open up a school site in that part of town to be able to continue to take care of those children in that need. Best practices reviewed by Health Services in Columbus Public Health. You know, one of the things that's most important to us is with our staff being those frontline staff out there interacting with the public on a daily basis, how do we keep them safe? And how do we make sure that they're well taken care of? So Health Services has gone out and met with all of my staff and talked about what they do to keep themselves safe. Columbus Public Health is visiting these sites every 2 weeks to continue to make sure that we are doing the best we can to be able to take care of our students, our children, and our community. The last thing is rotating produce markets. We started today actually working in partnership with Columbus Public Rec as well as the Mid-Ohio Food Bank. And we have rotating produce markets. Today they are at West High School in Wedgwood, and they went tremendously well. Each one of our feeding sites will have a mobile produce market once every 2 weeks. So they'll continue to rotate around town, and they've been very well received. I'm sorry, I don't have a headset, and if people are having trouble hearing me, and one won't hook up to my computer, so I apologize for that. I'll do the best I can though. The next two slides are really just our crews out there showing you what they're doing. Maintaining their 6 feet apart, helping to take care of our families out there. So if you want to go to the next slide, Maurice. Again, more of the same. And our staff has done a phenomenal job of stepping up and taking care of our community. The last one is just our meal counts. We've served over 90,000 meals thus far. The blue line is week 1, week 2, and the gray line is week 3. We saw about 22% growth from week 1 to week 2, and about 16% growth from week 2 to week 3. We plan on continuing to see growth. This is important. The other thing I didn't say before is the model we have, we feel very strongly it's sustainable. None of us know how long this is going to last, but I suspect, as many of you, that this will continue to happen potentially further into the year than we're currently set to handle it. And we can continue to take care of our community in this way of this time. So at this point, that is all I have.